So, welcome to the 5th installment of the Wednesday tournament. We'll have for this week a double elimination, but as it seems we have 11 players, which means we would have double elimination either way. So before everything else will be the same as always. Sharp weapons, 7 flags, best of 3. And we will shuffle the brackets now, which means it's not the one we see here at the moment, it's who we make now. So, I will shuffle 3 times as always. And to get underway, the first matchup will be Subutai versus Max. But Subutai said he will be a little bit late, which means we will delay the matchup for a second. Which means we will go to the second matchup, which is me versus Apostle. Let's see how this will go. I expect it to last around 2 or 3 hours again, if everyone is here in the beginning. Yes, again I will wait some minutes if it's moment 1, but most people, both of the participants are here. If not, we'll skip the fight. We have 2 people who said they have to be a little bit late, with Savimbi and Subu. Which would mean we would skip their fight for now. Again, it seems there's been some problems on Discord. Let's see if it's fixed now. If not, I will have to reconnect. So, is it fixed now, or are you still not hearing me through the Discord? Which is kinda annoying. Because for me everything is, at least it sounds like, oh quite, it's there. But it seems, at least for now, that Apostle is not here. And as the Wimby is also a little bit late, we will go to the fight, the only other fight we can do for now, which is, I will ping Apostle one more time, but He is also offline, which is normally not the best of signs. Which means we will go to the fight Info versus Venetar. So, Info is here. We see how it will go. Obviously Venetar is a pretty bad pick for Info, as Venetar plays a lot of Isabelle and Info plays a lot of Marie, which is a really bad matchup for Marie. But it's a double elimination, so she's not out if she loses here. And can make a one from the lower bracket. Just waiting for Venetar for now. Let's see. Seems like some people are a little bit late today, or at least not there in the beginning, which normally wouldn't be that big of a problem, but as we have not that many people today, not so many fights we can skip. So let's see and wait. If not, we unfortunately have to take the super fight a little bit more early. It would not be optimal, but nothing to do. So we will wait like 2 to 3 minutes if one of them is here. Alright, Venetar is here. At least in chat. Which means at least one So, a little bit of organizational stuff, but it should be sorted out right now. Alright, Veneta's here. Which means we will have our first fight. Where we will start with Info on the left side. And Veneta on the right side. Info has a keyboard. And she can pick things, and Veneta also. And we will get Marie versus Barabash. For the start. So Veneta taking Barabash for now instead of Isabel, which makes it a more interesting matchup. Let's see how those two will perform. Normally a pretty interesting one, cause Barabash having this long chop is pretty good, but his moves from long guard are not the best, which means to attack he has to go into the normal all guards, which we can exploit, but has fast movement speed, fast attacks. It's still a problem for her. Again, this chop is the best tool he has in his arsenal to close the range, to play on the longer range himself. And Info taking the double here. So normally, first duel, everyone has a little bit get into the rhythm, and nice pokes here. But chop goes through again, also a good attribute of it, going straight to the head, one-shotting basically every time. But let's see if the fight stays at the moment more one-sided, but Info getting more pokes in, getting used to the fight. Veneta still looking for that long chops. Yeah, sidestep, gets dodged, and if Marie can get in, she can make the damage. Trying with the leg swipe. And a double again. This moment, at least at the last fight, flags. Info able to play around this point of the rapier and getting a second flag. But it's a really tight window where she has a range advantage, and with his big movement, Barabash can negate it if not played perfectly for Marie. Veneta trying with a sidestep, but again the chop is most effective tool, making it 2-5. Here one of the few blade beats Marie is able to do. And getting the arm with side movement, getting side the guard, and now it's 2-6. Now dashing in and gets rewarded for it. one of the things more risky for Marie's movement. A lot of her stabs takes her forward, so she closes the range there, which if countered can be a problem. And forward pushing, and now close to range from Venator, and he takes the first flag. And the first duel. We switch sides, so Venator now on the left side, Info on the right side. Matchup stays the same. Let's see how Info will try to adapt. Getting his pokes in, no Barrage crippled. But he can close the range, getting that little hit in, which staggers Marie, and he can capitalize on it. Trying to sidestep, but not able to. And the leg cut into the B cut gets Marie a flag, able to interpose into Barbar's moves. It's Venator pushing Info to the side, and the side A or left A is a good step, but the slash to the face kills her, being a 2-1. This combo of Barbash with his, I think, YY cuts can be potent, but you have to be careful. He has nothing guards there and he can be stabbed between those because of Marie's fast attack speed. Both a hit, but Marie taking the leg here. But both stashing in, both parried. And at that distance, Barbash has the advantage. These low steps from Marie, pretty potent. If they get to the body with this tip, they kill. And these small stabs from Info seem to work good for her. But when you're able to find these one-shot kills, so the Info can't capitalize on her pokes. Triangle here, and again this step slash to the head. 5-2. And the Thunder Punch right into the face. A nice mix up here from Venator, and he gets the first chance for the match point. Pushing forward, and the step doesn't connect. And again, maybe unable to get away, and Venator takes the round. Advantage in the upper bracket. We start the tournament. So we will see Info later in the lowered bracket. But for now, as said before, we'll go with this fight Subu versus Max. So Apostle said something, which means he is here. because the last person we were waiting for is Savimbi, who said he has to be a little bit later. Let's see if Max can use the parsec. Oh, he has to use Steam. Oh yeah, he can use parsec, which was nice. We will start with Subu on the left side. And with Max on the right side. Remember, Max he can use the left side. I hope that's fine for Subu. So Max will stay on the left side. And Subu will stay on the right side. Max will also need keyboard. Here you go. Let's see if parsec is good for now. Yeah, seems it's working. Max staying with Sam and Subu going with Barabash. A classic saber duel. Max having really good performance in the last tournament. Let's see how he will fare against Subu. Getting good use of his X card, but the B upcut from Barabash catching Sam here. Let's see this fight. A lot of different dynamics in this last one. Both going forward. Max, good use of his X card and retreat card. Subu using the B card to bypass the guard of Sam. And now a hand snipe. So Sam take the lead. Again, Max using the delayed card. Last tournament it served him well, but that was with larp weapons. Let's see if it's also good with the sharp ones. Yeah, getting by the guard with the side steps. Yeah, he gets blocked, and the sword to the neck, getting Barabash the second flag. Close duel between those two. Sam got a little bit more popular than last times. A well-rounded character who is not the best at anything, but he's decent at everything. Was normally more about the speed and the side steps, but Subu at the moment not able to capitalize on that. And we see one of the many doubles. Getting the poke in, but can't go for the kill shot. And the sword gets stuck on the wrist, so the chop doesn't go through. And Max taking a good lead for now. Both getting poked here. But the upcut gets through before the cut from Sam. Again the double, something we see pretty often when Max goes for the delayed X cut. I think it's X. Or if Subu goes for that, B uppercut. Because it goes through a lot of guards, it kills a lot. As we can see here, the question is if the other one goes for the counter punch. Now the leg swipe was enough for the kill, and Max getting his first match point. Again the double. So we're playing more carefully as it's his last flag. But back cat takes it for Max. You can stay on the sides because Max has to stay on the left. 1-0. And Subu adapts and goes for Jan. Pretty reasonable change. Jan with a little bit more range, and as Subu has problems with that back attacks when he gets close, he goes for a character who has not to get into the range of it. But the stab goes through, and Max taking the first flag. But now a hand snipe from Subu. Jan, known for his good stabs, and a punch, but he can capitalize on it. And the first was not powerful enough to make it a double, to cut to the face. Gets the flag for Sam. Now goes for the high guard. Dove getting pokes in. And Jan being more aggressive, getting this second hit in, making it tied 2-2. And both getting poked. And even though he got tired, Jan was able to finish Sam off. Now, and again, these delayed cuts, throwing the off tempo. And it ends on a double as Slash comes still through. Close matchup between those two. Stab. Point. Gets a little poke in to the wrist. But gets a poke of his own. And no both low. Tired swing. But the second tired swing at range. Max wanted to capitalize on the tired state of Jan, was too aggressive here. And Subu takes the fourth flag. You know, the fifth with a quick Y cut. A nice exchange between those two. Sam goes out victorious with his back attack. Both again with the poke. But Sam able to sidestep Jan here. Getting basically next to him and making it 5-5. Trying again with the late one. And Subu looking for that snipes with a stab. But Sam able to get this one. And the first match point goes to Max. So again, if it... And able again with the late cut, catching Subu off guard. With a little bit of an upset. Max takes this round, advancing in the upper bracket. Subu will see in the lower bracket later. So, we will go as Savimbi, we will ping Savimbi after that, but for now we'll go with fight me versus Apostel. So, we're getting quickly through this. I will start on the left side. Here's Apostle. And Apostle will start on the right side. He gets his keyboard and let's see if everything works. Oh, everything works. We get Laszlo versus Jacek. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, the first win here. It's a really fun matchup, I have to say, because both of them are fast. I will switch side quickly. And we have now Laszlo versus Hassan. Also getting a second one here in the matchup, which is not that common, but let's see if it's... We go with the same. I will quickly change the names again. Now going with Alex, let's see. I have no idea how this matchup will go. I would say Alex would better, but... Was that taking a win here? 1-2. Advancing to the upper bracket. And will he meet their mechanics? See if... Savimbi is here. Alright, he's here, which means we will do the last fight of the first round, which will be Savimbi versus Abir. Hier ist Abir. So Savimbi will be on the left side, Abir will be on the right side. Hier ist Savimbi. Alright, Sugu is also fully available now. Versus Again, Savimbi on the left side, Abi on the right side. And Savimbi goes with Marie. And Abi with Barabash. Matchup we've seen before. Let's see if Savimbi can perform better here. Again, both waiting on the low, looking for the distance. Can focus on both sides, but no kill yet. And it ends in a double. Again, this chop exposes Barabash, which Marie can use to make this a double. Expect to see it sometimes. As we've seen here, both of them have to find a way to take their shot without making it a double. Let's see who can adapt better in this situation. And then, yeah, we are able to hit Marie and then push forward, taking the first flag of this duel. But Savimbi taking one right back, getting the point to Barabash. Both looking for the opening, being careful. And Barabash having the higher damage, making it the kill. But it's this distance which Marie likes to fight on. We've seen it's not that big of a margin of error she can make because of that long chop move, but she has that little bit of range and hand snipe here. Abi was dashing back and was not able to dash out of distance, and a step to the face. Savimbi taking a lead here. And blade beats here, but getting step to the hand again, but this time not a kill, just a poke, and it ends in a double. Maybe hitting the other arm. Again, this little stab to the hand, or to the arm better. But we are now able with the upcut, taking the kill. There's always this players if you can get in range or not. Or if you get step before that, a nice side step, going to the left and bypassing the step of Savimbi. Now the chomp we have seen lots of before in the Vanta and Info matchup, serving a beer here well. Faking a side step, looking for the mistake. And now both hitting the air, and slowly Savimbi gets pushed to the corner. But now I'll be a little bit over aggressive dash into the point. And now it's 5-5. Close matchup between those two. And gets a poke in, but can't get through the outer guard, and the chop gives Abir the match point for this first duel. Again at a 6-6, I will be a little more quiet as you have here, as both have to concentrate there. Be attacking it with a long chop, so we will be unable to get through the guard. Now switching sides. And now I'm switching names. I'll be now on the left side, so we will be on the right. I'll be staying with Barabash. Let's see if Savimbi stays with Marie. Savimbi does. And we get a second duel. Trying a sidestep here again. Both now familiar with the matchup. A bit of poke. And an opening, but going for the slower sidestep, most likely a misclick. And Savimbi takes the first flag. Trying off his left A sidestep, one of his stabs. But if both go for the head, maybe often loses out, making it 1-1. Risky move, but here Savimbi gets to step in again. Tries for the second hand step and triangle out of range, but gets a second poke in. And the double dash ends in a double. And now the B into forward dash. The B is a circle around, sometimes of a delayed move. And a double again. Trying with a step to the foot, doesn't land, but gets a poke in. Okay, now we are trying the side steps and the chops. Now get into range, but can't close it in the end. Again, gets a blade beat here. Little step for Marie. Abash getting tired slowly. And it ends in a double with a typical step to the face or to the body and a chop to the head. Gets this hand snap here. If she gets the range perfectly, she snipes the hand and not the left arm. The hand snap is deadly, the left arm is just a poke. As we see here. A nice side step, getting past the point. And if Abi is able to do that, he gets a kill. As we've seen here. Again, trying to go for the hit, but Savimbi interdicting it. Bowers has to go out of this long guard to make really good attacks. But having just enough range to hit the face, it ends in a double again. We are able in the whole fight to get Savimbi to back up, but can't capitalize it every time. Now he gets into range and ties up with free both sides. Again. I know dash in. It's a surprising tool, but really risky. and Savimi pays for it here. But at this point gets through it. At least in my opinion, things forward wise sometimes gets even through the long guard if the range is perfect. Which is a really good buff for Marie. And now stepping the hand again, which enough after the first poke. So when we retakes the lead. Okay, getting the poke in. We are trying to blade beat, or throwing off the tempo with this delayed sidestep. Yeah, second slash now to the side, and it ends in a double. Unlucky for Saravimbi, but I'll be able with the upcut to trade the kills. Again, looking too close, and the stab takes Savimbi a little bit too close. And we are capitalizing on that, tying up at 5 both sides. Let's see if we will see 6 on both sides again. Savimbi taking the slight lead. And now both being careful. Dash in, and was punched again, and again we will be a little more silent as I fight for the last flag of this duel, and maybe even for the whole match. We're getting in with a lunge, belly lunge, taking a second and winning it here. So it will be really good performance, both going to the last flag, but we are able to win it, advancing to the up in the upper bracket. So now we'll go to one of the fight of the newer players, being Clemeno versus Max. So both of them are here. Max is here. So we'll finish this second round, and Clemmer's also here. Then we go to the lower bracket. When we go to the lower bracket, it will go down to best of ones. Upper bracket is staying. Best of threes. So both of them are using keyboard, and Max will stay on the left side. Clemeno will stay on the right side. And let's see how these both will perform. Let's just reset the gamepads and let's go for it. Max on the left side, Clemeno on the right side. Let's hope everything is working. Let's see. Yeah, Max has taken left side, Clemeno's right side. Max obviously will go with Sam. Let's see what... And Clemeno will go with Barbash. Barbash with the head. Nice exchange, both unable to get through the guard. And the dash forward gets Clemeno the first poke. And Max able to make it double with the delayed uppercut. And again, able to tie it up. Seems like we'll see, at least in the beginning, a lot of doubles. Max with a small advantage to have a warm-up fight against Subu. But Clemeno getting pokes in here early. We'll see. Both backward forward with the attacks. There's another stab. Uppercut, A-cut. Clemeno has answer. And now back Y. Poking again. Trying with a stab. And a back attack again. Back X. Giving Max the kill. Billy launched the tap again. And the back attack from Sam comes out really quickly and getting the foot here. Giving Max his third flag. Thunder Punch out of range. And a quick sidestep. And a blade to the head. Making it 4-0. Again, Max able to catch Barbash in his attacks. And a double. Now, not a kill for Bauer here. Instead, it's a poke on both sides. And a double again. Clemeno having problems getting through the defense of Max. But here, tries it, but can't capitalize on the opening. You get a good poke, and the back X again, catching his arm. Trying a sidestep, delayed card. Max now getting a 7th flag. Clemeno, if you want to stay with Bauer, we could first fight. If not, we can exit out. It's your decision. But if you really don't have to make a side switch, just a rematch is fine. Again, getting a riposte sidestep. And blocking that chop. Getting that B sidestep again. Slower move, but lethal if it hits. And again, Clemeno trying a little bit too early to riposte that. Max taking an early lead. And the sidesteps again, making it 4-0. These back attacks, and now stab, doesn't kill. Now he gets tired himself with his lot of attacks. And Clemeno able to capitalize on it. Max throwing a little bit too much out here. And pays for it. But these delayed cuts into back attacks working for him. And it ends in a double. Bauer's forward movement taking him into the blade of Sam. And the upcut gets the 2nd flag to Clemeno. These B cuts a little bit worse when it comes to doubles or to block incoming Y and X attacks, but more often than not a good tool if you can't get through the outer guard. And again, this B cut now to the leg, catching Max in and sidestep. But his trusted back attacks getting back on the right track, at least for him. Now 5-3. And Samuel trying to dodge out of range, but Sam with the longer dashes. And again, these back attacks nicking at the wrist, but a nice upcut for Clemmer now. They see you at throwing out of range and Max delayed cut, giving him the round. And he will advance further, facing Venator later in the tournament. We'll now go to the match Mechanics versus Apostle. Let's see how this will go. Let's see if both of them are here. Apostle is here. And Mechanics also is here. Mechanics will get this keyboard as Apostle is. And we will start with Mechanics on the left side. And Apostle on the right side. Okay, Mechanics left side, Apostle right side. Let's see what Apostle will pick now. Someone who's more used to picking a lot of characters you've seen before. Mechanics more of a Tarnowski player. Apostle going with Connor. And as expected, Mechanics going with Tarnowski. So, the Connor matchup can be good for Tarnowski, having good attacks from the left side. But it's more Mechanics, one of the more active Tarnowski players. Let's see, Apostle being a seasoned player, knowing their characters. Let's see, I expect a close fight here. Let's see how it will go. Tarnowski with the first hit. Going with the left foot forward stance. Getting these hits in. You see how Apostle will be able to adapt. Here's a blade beat into the back attack. Connor's blade beat being really awkward for him as he gets pushed forward in the stand. Which is, at least in my opinion, the worst animation for the blade beat. He cuts from the top left in his left foot forward stance, doing work for Tarnowski. Trying this for a sidestep, and again we see here this stumble forward, gets him into range, and a lot of characters can capitalize on it. Mechanics taking the early lead. The blade saves here, and Shank gets Apostle's first kill. Tarnowski having a ranger and a nice switch up here from the one tempo move to now with the upcut. Catching the face. Make it 5-1. And the A side step was a matchup where it's really good against shields. As there was on the sword side, and Apostle now facing an uphill battle. But not beaten. Blocking both the attacks here. Trying with the stab out of range, but Tarnowski having good range and capitalizes on it. Mechanics taking the first round pretty decisively. Let's see what character Apostle will take. I expect Mechanics to stay with Tarnowski. Apostle going with Barbash against Tana now. One of the more common matchups for Tarnowski. It's the question if he can go with the speed and if he can catch Barbash in the swings. But if not, Barbash having the advantage in attack speed and the better side steps. He's having a slight advantage in this matchup. It's a playable one, but Barbash having the advantage. He's the upcuts, and again, catching Barbash in his attacks with his tool. Barbash trying to use the big slashes, getting close. If he's able to do that. These high guard, low guard against Tarnowski are really good if you want to bypass the guard. Kick to the groin. It is high guard, low guard. It's good to bypass the guard, but having a long recovery on a miss and a nice side step from the stab. Apostle making it 2-2. Then Apostle using Tarnowski with higher range and higher damage, tanking that hit from Barbash, making it 2-3. Nice combo moves, but at the edge of the range, Apostle able to capitalize on his first hit. A closer matchup than the Connor matchup. Again, the 2 tempo goes pretty quick, but having a little bit of recovery, Apostle able to use it. Switch and sidestep, getting punched instantly from Mechanics. Was a slow move of Barbash. And as anyone having respect for that left foot forward Tarnowski stance. With high range, high damage, by the worst guard. Nice mixer from Mechanics here, using the 1 and 2 tempo. And these two, low guard, with the anti-circle. Again, if it hits, it's a lot of hand snipes, a lot of severed hands. But if it doesn't hit, it's a really long recovery. Apostle trying to find an opening, finding it here. Mechanics trying to find the range, trying to bait Barbash into it. There was one of the stabs. And the XX. No match point for Mechanics. Again, if it's 6-6, I will be more silent, as both want to concentrate. And here we see the recovery. Apostle not able to finish the job, but Tana now was tired, but the swing was enough to make it a double. Apostle was the right idea, but Mechanics making the best out of it. And now sidestep, and we go to 6-6. Apostle in a close fight, taking a second win. Now we'll go to a round 3. Mechanics back on the left side. Apostle will go back on the right side. Let's see if Apostle will stick with power. I highly doubt it. And see what character comes out next. And obviously Mechanics goes with Tarnowski. Nice seeing another Tarnowski player. Honestly, one of the reasons I pick up newer characters, cause seeing more characters is often more fun, and having a good Tarnowski player now in the rotation is leading me to look at new characters like Laszlo. Apostle basically picking every character. Now goes with Kalk. Kalk having a bit of a resurgency, at least in my opinion. He has some moves that are not that good working, but he's really has really good moves, bypassing a lot of guards, and at least to fight against feels like a pretty fair character. You can punish him from his recoveries, but he has tools of his own, especially the steps. But he still suffers from this biggest problem, which is stamina. Here, Apostle able to weather the storm of Tarnowski's attack and sneaking in 2 steps, giving him the lead. Tarnowski, at least in my opinion, is really hard matchup against anything which is not a saber. Cause the rapiers and the sword of Kalk, really good stabs, getting close to it is hard. And the longsword also having a lot of range and safe moves. Let's see if Mechanics can find a better way than I am to fight Kalk. One of the, at least last times, I checked worse matchups. But Apostle making good use of these stab moves, good use of the left foot forward, right foot forward, but leaving an opening here and Mechanics capitalizing on it immediately. Trying this XX again, this time out of range. And faking this Y cut, these wide Y cuts. And hoping to catch Apostle when he makes a step, Apostle being patient. And the slash goes through, but doesn't kill. Tarnowski with his high HP here. And now it ends in a double instead of a kill for Kalk. Mechanics really good use of his circle and anti-circle attacks. And Apostle using this not as well known moves, Kalk style, level of slash into stabs or just stabs. As he is a little bit more complicated with his foot forward, a lot of players don't know their moves, and you can capitalize on it. And here, nice upcut, trying to stab, and a step again, and now match point for Apostle. Poke to the leg. So Y cuts from Tarnowski can go through the leg and YX, shaving the hand. Trying stab, lingering blade here. At the dash forward stab, gets into range, netting Mechanics another kill. And Apostle taking space with the stabs, but has to be careful. Tarnowski has moves against it, like this Y-cut. Yeah, and if we go to 6-6, I will be a little more silent. It should be the final match of this duel. Really close, really entertaining duel. Again with a, I guess B stab, into stab. Phoenix looking for the opening. Apostle trying to catch Tana off guard. And now trying, and with the YX again, we go to the last flag of the last round. And see who wins it here. And Tarnowski taking a nice comeback. And winning it. Nice comeback here. Finding something out, making it 2-1. And advancing to the semifinals. So we now will make first the last match of the upper bracket. Then we go to the lower bracket. So we'll be asked for a little bit earlier fight. So we'll be doing it from the bottom up. But for now, we'll do Oak versus Abir. Decently in the time schedule. Having it start a little bit late because people were delayed. And after that we go best of 1 lower bracket, as I said, and the first fight after that will be the Savimbi fight. So, but let's see who will face mechanics. In this fight we will have Oak on the left side, and we'll have Abir on the right side. So, see if both are able to use. If not, I will quickly reset the gamepads. And here we go. Abir going for Barb. What? Let's see if you're going for Barbash or someone else. Oaklings said before he will go for Marina. And he goes for Barbash. Interesting matchup. Marina is a more agile shield character than Connor, but still suffers from same things. Especially having its shorter range and is susceptible to the push, but her attacks having a better guard against downcuts. Baba seems to be, again you see as all shields have a problem against pushes. If you get close, let's see if we can use it or not. Again, nice sides up here, dominating the early rounds. I would say against Balbash having a at least good matchup against Marina, having good side steps. But Oak being the more aggressive player here, but getting his first flag now. 3-1. We are able to get him on distance with a back attack. Marina has to push here, has a lower range, has to get in range. No, both poked. Slightly out of range, both getting a bit tired. And I'll be backed into a corner. But But getting out of it and sniping the hand of Marina in attack, making it 5-1. Looking for these cuts. This chop, which is bread and butter against Marie, doesn't work as good against Marina as it comes from the right side. But the X cuts landing, and now the quick attack to the front. We are taking a decisive win here. And we have switched sides. We are now on the left side, or on the right side. It will be the same matchup as before. See how this will go. So Oak is able to find the answer. Fighting in shields, for at least in the beginning, somewhat counterintuitive. So the normal attack like Y cuts is the worst one you can throw, but something like the A cut gets really good. Here, one of the Marina moves with blade over the shield, blocking with it while attacking. Now, Oak with early lead, but both get poked here. And the Thunder Punch gets through it, punching over the shield of Marina straight to her face, making it 1-2. But Oak using his aggressiveness, making it 3-1. Being normally the more aggressive player, getting pushed back here, but the sidestep to the neck is enough. No double, as I said, Marina having pretty low damage because of the shield. Can't make it a double. And a nice upcut, sniping the hand, tying up at 3 apiece. Leg cut into the Y cut. Leg cuts, really good from Baba. Some would say the best in the game. And he can follow it up with a cut of his own, making it a kill. Marina recovering faster, tying up again. A much more close matchup than the first one. Oh, getting into Marina. Jumping in and out. Taking the slight lead here. Let's see if he can stay with it. But the beer still with his hand snipes. Bauer having him longer range. Using it here. Okay, Oak faking some attacks and the sidestep, no, not a fake, it goes through and then Beer now is the first match point. 6-5, again if it goes 6-6 we'll be a little more silent as it goes. Let's see who will win this duel. Oak taking it, making it 1-1 overall. Quick attack forward. Now sides are switched again. It stays with Marina versus Barabash. Let's see who will come out of top. My opinion, Marina as his counter, both shield characters are not bad. They have their strengths and weaknesses. Especially Marina is something with B cards, getting a shield to the top. It's pretty good, but it's not the normal saber fighting. Not a lot of people play them. Now 1-1. And leg void attack. And sidestep doesn't land, but if the first hit lands for Barbas, more often than not the second land also. Most likely because if we don't stagger that much away and he has decent range on the saber. Be taking a slight early lead. Looking for these jump in attacks. The push, and now push one Oak gets punished. Push is something that's pretty difficult to use. You have to constantly not throw a punch, and if it misses, we see what happens. Abir now to the lead, like in the first round. But Oak not out of it. He's known for making the last flag the most difficult one. But nice sidestep, cutting off the hand. Abir now with a decisive lead. Let's see if he can finish it off. Was punched with the left hand. Again, trying to punch away the shield. A nice sidestep, but it ends in a double. Marina able to recover quickly enough to throw an attack of her own. And the clash ends in favor of Oak. Behind the shield, both get poked. Let's see who can capitalize the best of it. And a nice A-cut. Abir taking the win, advancing to the semi-final where we face Mechanics. But for now, we'll go to the lower bracket. With the first fight of the lower bracket will be Clemeno versus Savimbi. So as I said, the lower bracket fights all will be best of one fights. So we have 7 flags, best of one fights. Winner stays in. Loser sadly is out of the tournament. Clemeno's here. And Savimbi also here. Quickly check. Clemeno will get his keyboard. And we'll start with Clemeno on the left side. And Savimbi on the right side. So let's see. We will go further in the lower bracket. If we'll see another lower bracket one, miracle one to the top. You'll most likely see a Marie from Savimbi. See if both of them can. Yeah, seems like both of them can use their. Yep, you have controllers, I mean, that's not if we just quickly reset. Let's see if it works now. Again, Clemeno on the left side, Savimbi on the right side. Seems to be working now. And we have Jan for Clemeno and Marie for Savimbi. Oh, Clemeno switched it up, going with Sam. Sam, at least in my experience, coming a little bit that what Jan was before. The more main character, even though he's not in the story. Let's see how these two will perform. Getting a step in and can follow up on it. Sam, basically every time having the ability to follow up his stab with another stab, which kills. But he has to be careful. If he gets riposted with a stab, he dies to Marie's one. And again, if she's in range, these Slide, step forward, extend it again. Marie's forward Y can sometimes bypass the long guards. So it's a good tool, but it's not the be all and all. You see this? Okay. Both of them are ready again. Most likely a little bit of a lag on Clemeno's side. A little bit out of range of Marie here. Trying with the leg sweep. Clemeno pushing forward. But Savimbi able to poke away with another third poke. But now fourth, and the fifth one finishes the job. Clemeno able to close the gap, but can't land a decisive blow. Finding fancy stuff. Gets crippled for it. Now stab. And step over her head after the push, and a second stab to her face finishes Marie off. Some Maries really known for in close range having a good grab, getting her out of trouble, and a step connecting but can't follow up. Both now poked. And a side step after the deflect, giving Clemeno the lead here. Step again, now in range, but tries another hit, and the grab from Marie finishes the job. Both being careful, looking for the opening, and the step goes through for Savimbi, making it 4-3. Let's see if this is all of 5 from Savimbi until now. Goes to 6-6. A step lands, and a follow-up. If Clemeno is able to step at that range, Marie can't react on it, and can follow up. 4 on both sides, close matchup. Then getting the stab at that range, but can't capitalize. Gets crippled, but the second stab finishes the job. And a nice side step, and the grab again. Unlucky for Clemeno here, he's forced to attack behind the opponent. And a snipe to the hand, giving match point to Savimbi. Pushing forward, and again in the attack animation gets grabbed. And Savimbi advances to the next round. Close matchup between those two. And we'll see Savimbi later. Thank you Clemeno for participating. Having a nice fight in the lower bracket. The next one will be me versus Info. So let's see, it will be Info on the left side. Me on the right side. Here she is. Getting her mouse pad. And it will most likely be a matchup between Marie against Laszlo. Again, Info on the left side. I quickly will reset the gamepad, because it doesn't like keyboard, but now should work. At least I hope so. Let's see, here she is. Okay, it's Laszlo against Marie. See how this matchup will go. for taking the round here with a nice matchup. Interposing when I go for the forward attack and advancing to the round, and will later face Savimbi in most likely mirror match. Now we go to the last one, which is a little bit of surprise slower bracket matchup, which is Oak versus Subu. And the winner of this matchup will stay in, as we go to the second round of the lower bracket and will face Apostle there. Subu is also here. For this match, Oak will be on the left side. And Subu will be on the right side. Again, it's a best of one, so whoever wins stays and whoever loses is quickly out of the tournament. See if everything works or if Parasite again doesn't like the keyboard. Which at least it seems like it. So we quickly reset them. Let's see if everything is fine now. Looks like it. And Oak staying with Marina. And we'll see again the Marina versus Barabash matchup. Both of them experienced fighters. Subu staying with his main Barabash. Opening, trying new things. Let's see who wins here. The upcard gets under the shield. And the forward dash wins here. We're not tanky enough. At least it seems like. Now the leg attack cripples Barabash. Step doesn't go through. Both getting a bit tired. And Marina taking the third flag. Again, no leg void. Moment. Oak a little more successful with his attacks. Getting in one then another, ending in a kill. Subu at the moment not able to reliably go past the shield, but here catching Oak in an attack, making it 4-2. Again, nice sidestep, Barabash known for it. And again, landing it here, tying up at 4 apiece. Tying it here again, and the back attack able to poke. But forward dash with the shield, choose a body, give him a real flag. And Barabash unable to get out of range. And now Oak with a match point here. There's Marina. But now Subu ranging it out, catching the left arm, making it 6-5. Again, if it's 6-6, Remok silent. Give a nice poke. And getting the last flag, winning this matchup, and will advance. And we'll be facing in the next round Apostle. Which will be an interesting matchup. So let's see. So we will go. Yeah, Oak is ready. So we will have the fight Oak versus Apostle. For this one, Oak will be on the right side and Apostle on the left side. Here he is. So quickly reset the gamepads. Savimbi, you will be the next one, and after that you will have a little bit of a pause. Because we'll go after this one and the Savimbi fight, we'll go to the upper bracket again. And we'll see who will go to the final and who not. Again, Apostle on the left side, Oak on the right side. Both of you having keyboard. At least you should be able to. Yes, on the left side. Apostle ready, Oak also ready. Oak going with Marina. And Apostle going back to Hassan. Hassan, generally known as more like, if not the worst character, but if you've seen, Apostle's able to make him work. Let's see how we'll fare against Oak. And then C on a double. Hassan. Suffering from the same problem as Lasso with a really high guard, which means against low attacks, against stabs he's pretty bad. And as Marina having good guard against high attacks. So his footwork is a little worse. Trying to push here and getting the face. Let's see. Well, this very uncommon matchup will go. You hit normally to the face, but it gets vicious to the arm. But Apostle taking the flag. Making an early lead. And a nice long sidestep to the left. Getting in another flag. But Marina able to counter on her own. Quick Y attack. Getting in. Push here, try, but gets punished for a poke. Both of them per poke now. But Marina with the block gets a kill. Again, with a sidestep to the left, getting past the shield and the sword. Seem to work pretty well against shields here for Apostle. Jumping forward, and again this sidestep and hit to the face, and now Apostle taking his first match point. And a long-winded sidestep finishes it for him. Oh, getting eliminated, and Apostle taking a son to the next round. We'll face a winner, or better, we will face a loser. Also fight between Max and Venator. So we go to the last one of the lower brackets, at least for now, which is Info versus Savimbi. Both of them are Wii players, so we expect a Wii mirror matchup. Which can be tricky for both, obviously for both. Both having the same range, so Marie not able to advance on it. Both playing a lot with the long guard. Both of them are here. And we will have Info on the left side. And Savimbi on the right side. Info on the left, Savimbi on the right. One of the disadvantages of the Mii mirror is she doesn't have skin. Oh. Here's someone else back out, but it should be fine. Let's see if they can pick their characters or not. So Info is on the left side, Savimbi is on the right side. At least that's supposed to be it. Yes. See, it seems the controller is not working right, so reset the gamepads and see if it works now. Seems to be fine. And Info going with Marie as expected. So let's see what is not working. Alright, a little bit confused on the side. We also can't tell because of the characters, as both will play Marie. So now everything is sorted out. Info on the left, Savimbi on the right. Let's see who will advance in the lower bracket. One of the things that small thing could be added, having a second skin for Marie and a nice A stab. Giving Info the first flag. Now dashing in, punishing the out of measure attack. Info obviously being the way more experienced Marie player, but newer players can often surprise. While both being careful. And a forward stab lands in the leg. Don't know if this was intentional, but it's enough to get Marie to the ground and Info the third flag. And now she gets grabbed on her own, showing me getting the first flag. Then this B stab into another one. Often deceptive, but info knowing her range, perfectly getting the tip into the face of the other Marie, leading now 4-1. Try a step to the leg, a little bit slower, a little bit off tempo. And now in the melee, one of the more janky Marie wheelies, dashing in, seeing Sarimi was exhausted after this fight. And now taking the decisive lead and now trying a double dash into grab. But Sarimi getting out of range of it. And we get back to the normal duel and the first double of this one. Dashing in, double B, and now poking him back. In 4 hits, Marie goes to the ground. It's these combos of Marie were pretty bad, but she throws triangle try. And the A cut, a little bit out of range, so didn't be able to punch it with a step to the face. Again, both at the edge of the ranges, not wanting to get caught out. Now double dash forward, and the back I think the back attack catches. Info, now a little bit poked. So now there's a step to this leg, cripples info, and let's see if Sabine can capitalize on it. Get stabbed, and now the double B, and gets the kill. Now advances to the lower bracket semifinals. So, after these close fights and the Marie mirror here, we go back to the upper bracket. And we'll go with the fight first with mechanics because versus Abir, as well to ask to be the later one. Mechanics will be on the left side, Abir on the right side. Most likely we'll see a Tarnowski versus a Barbash. Seen it before, it's a nice matchup. Yannick's able to win his first encounter with it. But now he's here, let's wait for Abir. And we're slowly getting to the end here. Just 3 or 4 best of 3s left. Here is Abir. So again, mechanics will be on the left side, Abir will be on the right side. We are back again to best of 3 as we are in the upper bracket. So a little bit of change is possible, but let's see if they will take it or not. No, mechanics go with Father Zera here against Barbash. First Father Zera of the day, first longsword actually of the day, as we see no Isabel. By getting a little bit of the treatment that Alex is getting, being a little bit basically too good as a character, and other people want to have the challenge, have some more dynamic matchups. That's at least why I think a lot of people are choosing different ones. Father Zera as the other longsword, a little more clunky moves, well there's a lot more clunky moves, here Barbash with a little bit of a head protection, making the double, getting a kill here. And further, never to underestimate, still having a long sword, doing powerful moves, but Barbash way faster. He's as in movement speed, as in attack speed and sidesteps. Further, trying to work with the deceptiveness of slow moves and fast ones, especially this long left attack, left sidestep, can catch enemies off guard. Now catches Barbash in the sidestep, was able to tank it, and we have a close matchup here. Now, able to block with the left sidestep, and we are taking the lead here. Again, able to hit with the sidestep, but can't follow up on it. And the upcut catches the sword arm, and Mechanics takes from the crippled stance the tie. Again, some attacks thrown out of measure for Mechanics, trying to create an opening, but the sidestep gets the kill again, not able to reposition fast enough. That's the thing with Barbash, it's really difficult for stabs against them, as the sidesteps are so strong. And Father Zara having one of the best stabs. Now, baiting with the X card can go, but getting tired from it. And Abia recognizing it, going for the Thunder Punch, taking the lead 5-3. Back attack gets the kill, but Barbash being in range, making it a double. Then the sidestep, if he gets into range of it, and we are playing Barbash for quite a while now, knowing the range where he can throw it. But now the X card catches him, making it 4-6. Again, Mechanics looking for the range, trying to catch the sidesteps or out of measure attacks. Now getting pushed a little bit back. Now fast move into back cut, the sidestep connects and it's a double. Trying a sidestep again, not in range. No. Slow exchange and gets blocked. And sidestep from Abir takes the round. Takes lead 1-0. And we're switching sides. Abir now on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. Abir staying with Barbash. Mechanics thinking and going back to Tarnowski. Won the matchup before, let's see if he can replicate the success. And now the Y card, getting through the guard, getting his first flag. Here in the set, Tarnowski having a fun matchup if it's a Saber, as Barbash. Trying to take range away, and a quick snap card. Good tool against the left foot forward. And you're trying to combo again, but Barbash able to punish it. Again, taking advantage of the weaker guards in the stance. We're taking an early lead here, using your faster attacks. And the snap cards getting through. Playing with the range he has. And 1 tempo, 2 tempo as we've seen here, and getting a double here. Again, one of mechanics a little bit more, at least he uses the most, I think, from all the Tana players. The circle and anti-circle attacks, and here one of the ways Tarnowski can battle Barabash. If he throws the attack out of range, he can punish with a wildcard of his own, but the chop goes through, getting him the kill, make it 4-2. We're looking for the cuts, throwing them into the guard, but now the saber of Tarnowski landing in the face of Barabash, and now getting the kill from it. Throwing these chops, the long range attacks and the sidestep, a little bit of blocks here and there. Tarnowski comes out victorious, tying it up at 4 apiece. Again, Alex most likely doesn't want to throw that leg void here, and Abir capitalizing it, taking the lead, using these side steps. And trying the 2 tempo here, but Abir calls it out, or predicts it, and taking the first match point. Ends in a double here. Again, mechanics working a little bit with the fakes. Use it 2 tempo and again these anti-circle. If you can't catch them on the first one, he will kill you on the second one. And if it ends in 6-6, you'll be a little more silent. Close matchup between those two. And Mechanics able to tie it up 6-6. Tana winning the trade, and with a comeback from Mechanics we'll go to the third round of this duel. See if everything is in order. We have Mechanics on the left side, Abi on the right side. I will quickly reset gamepad if there's a problem there. Mechanics picks the left, and Abi the right. Let's see, most likely we'll get the same matchup again. Both going for the head. What? This is what? Seems like at least one of them had a misinput. And Abir going for Barabash. Well, he's thinking about it. And we'll have the same matchup as the last one. Let's see who comes out victorious here. Both has shown the ability to win this one. Both know how to play it. ends in a double. The chop goes through. Now the upcut gets through the guard. Again with the wide swings. And now with the left foot forward, getting out of range and quickly going back into it with a wild card of Tana. 2-0. And a nice back axe. You don't see that move very often, as it hasn't the best of ranges. And with foot stance, it leaves him pretty open. But with the choice here. Now taking away space with the B cut. Mechanics jumping out to a quick lead. And again, this wire forward. One of the most powerful attacks of Tarnowski. Now both meeting in the middle. A little bit of poke. But Tarnowski can this up as he with his health. Fighting with the left foot forward. Going with the Y-Axe. And then in a double. Tarnowski is coming through after the kill from Bauer. Still 5-0. And again trying the 2-comb. A lot of combos thrown from Mechanics, but can't connect them. Avir weathering the storm and taking his first flag of this duel. And now throwing the saber, or the Dusak, doesn't hit Barabash with his sharp side, and now 5-2. But now, out of measure attack, Mechanics able to punch it and taking the first match point here. Trying the upcut, doesn't connect, and at this range, Barabash, if he lands the first hit, he will land the second. Playing at the range of Tarnowski, Mechanics. And ends in a double. These chops often leaves Barabash a lot of opening for counterattacks, but also goes through a lot of times. Again, this Y-Axe from his left foot forward, taking a lot of space. Tarnos, or less Mechanics trying the combos, now trying the stab. Getting hit, the only problem Tarnowski will have. And a nice side step here. That's a problem with Barabash, you can't really stab him. There's good defense against stabs and can sidestep them. But as I said, the biggest problem if Tarnowski gets hit is he loses stamina. And you want to throw a lot of 2-attack combos, which drains a lot of stamina. Now hit, with the head. And again, if you go to 6-6, you'll be more silent. But both throwing attacks at their range. And now the 2-tempo mix-up from Mechanics takes it. If there's eat. And he will advance to the upper bracket final, where he either meets Max or Veneter. Now we will see later, against Info, will face the other Marie player. So let's see what comes out of that. So we go to the other upper bracket semi-final, which is Veneter versus Max. Veneter already here. Most likely we'll see a Sam for Max, who has really good performances in these tournaments. Let's see how we fare against Veneter. Here is Max. As always, Max will be left side, Venator right side. Let's see how Max's Sam will fare against Venator. Venator staying with Jan, was successful with him. Again, opting out of the Isabel as he just saber duel between those two. Yeah, Jan with the chop, with a longer range. Getting the first flag. Again, Max trying with some more long-winded but longer range attacks here. And Venator looking for his chops at the moment. And catching Max here. Taking a slight early lead and now taking a third flag after Sam tried to jump in and do something. And these longer attacks, jumping forward. Nice exchange between sabers. No snipes from both sides. Not a lot of margin of error here for both of them. And now the stab pokes Sam a little bit, but it's not over. But he gets tired faster now. And the stab out of range finishes this round. Now 4-0. Trying with a longer range up attack on the side. And the stab, some time protection hard. Both poked. But both can, both recover. None of them are crippled. Let's see who works with the stamina better. Both visibly with slower attacks. Trying to side stab. Stab also doesn't work. Sam tired. But can recover in time. And gets the back attack, gives him the kill, gives Max the first flag. So Max throwing some attacks, testing the guard. No, both. Being to the side, and the first hit and the second one hits. Working at the very edge of Sam's saber. No, both again. Get poked, and it ends in a double, the stab and the chop. Max again. Side step attacks, longer winded up attacks with more range. Venator with the stabs of Jan, chops of his own, and trying to catch Sam in the recovery. Again we see both of them are poked. Stab doesn't connect, and again Venator punishes Max for the step out of range with a slash. Another chop, the longer range of Jan, proving to be an advantage. Something about the playstyle of Max seems to be a bit more problematic if you can't get into the range that easy. But you're shown you can adapt good, you'll stay on the sides, so you just pick a new character if you want it. You see if Venator will stay with Jan. And go to the second round. Now a little bit of a trick shot try here, but can work. And that's in a double. Let's see if Max can figure something out against Jan. Trying with the sidestep and now hitting the back attack. But has to be careful. You get tired here if you swing too much. Again, getting a little bit of poke in. Now having an advantage in this flag. But it ends in a double. The chop connects to the arm. And we go back to square one. Quick exchange. Getting blade beat, but can't capitalize on it. Both out of range. And the chop goes through after this nice fight between two sabers. Again, Max trying the attacks, but Winter is the first one to connect a hit. But getting pushed a little bit now at the edge, but able to move out of it, and we're back to the center. With outer range, throwing the attack above or below the other one. And Sam getting tired here after the first hit. And Winter taking an early lead, but gets poked here, able to get out of it, and pokes back. Going forward, and Sam able to win this one. Stopping Jan dead in the tracks with this hit. And then this chop nearly connects. Sidestep first land, second sidestep land, and Max tying it up at 2 apiece. A little bit of a taunt here from Vendetta and so on Max as well. Going with the sword away, and Max gets punished for it with the corkscrew. Again, both of them looking for the longer range attacks, as we have seen all fights. They have to be careful not to throw too much. Let's see who gets the first one. Quick exchange, no one gets hit. Now both of them poked again. Sam being tired, and Venter capitalizing on it with a corkscrew stab. Again, a little bit out of measure, but this time Winter the second, or less than a second more patient. Firstly getting into the range before throwing the Y card, and gets rewarded for it with a flag. Now the sidestep, the blade getting caught up in the wrist of Sam, and Winter now with a match ball. Let's see if you can capitalize it or not. Nice sidestep, and now getting his flag, advancing to the final, where you'll later face Mechanics. But for now, we go back to the lower final, well, lower semifinals, where we will see Abir. No, we'll first go with Abir vs Info. So Max can get a little bit of a breather after this one. We're already here. We will have Abir on the left side and Info on the right side. It will be again, Info is also here. It will be a best of one. So be ready to throw everything at the start. So, again, Abir on the left side, Info on the right side. At least if everything is working out. Alright, seems like there's no input, so I will try again. Obviously reset of the gamepad. Should be working. If the BS4 is working. So let's see. As expected, it's Marie versus Barabash. But info proven to be really difficult Marie. Not only today but also in the past. Getting the little bit of poke in. But the up card from Abir gives him the first flag. And now little bit of a lingering blade, I would guess. The forward aim. Then the first poke goes to info. Now the second poke also goes to info. Ended on getting weakened by this hit. It's not enough for a double. 1-1. Trying with a leg sweep, but not a step. Wasn't enough. And again, second poke goes in. Again, looking with this small steps for a hand snipe. But this time the slash was enough for the double. Going back to square one. Can we see a lot of fighting in the center here? Obviously, both of them having decent sidestep and I'll be able to close the gap. Here's Y cut to the head. Again. No! Getting the step in, that's the thing why they're also good and also bad sidestep for Barbas in this matchup, as he gives up his long guard. But if you can predict the step, it's obviously a kill for him. But it's a timing thing, both of them know that, and have to play around it. Then getting this little snipe to the arm. Trying with the X and the forward chop gets interdicted here. 2-4. Info with the lead and now the grab. Out of measure, I'll be able to punish it. For 3-4. Again looking. There's little cuts to the arm, but have to be careful. And now a slash goes through with it. And the chop was too much for her. We are able to tie it up at 4 apiece. So let's see, we'll win in this basically best of 7 flags. Dash forward. And it's a double. Something that can be pretty frustrating with Marie as she gets the kill way before, but the chop goes through as it should be. And now again, the little poke to the right arm. Try with a sidestep. And now the second one, so let's see if Inf will be able to capitalize on it. And we see again the late chop to the head. Playing around this, and again, let's see if it's the same outcome as last time. And it is. As the chops makes it a double kill again. Both of them have to find a way around their problem. Abi around getting these little pokes into his right arm, and info about how to avoid the chop attack. Trying this sidestep here. Now a forward Y, then a poke. Trying with a dash and attack. Both can't connect. Again, trying to sidestep. A little bit. Well, a little bit. Pretty decent recovery time on the left A. But again, we have 2 pokes into Barabash. Wolverine get tired. And now this chop can't connect. Sword goes not low enough. And Info getting a slight lead here. Again, I'll be able to push Info to the side. Able to blade beat here. Again, the small poke. Second poke, but this time Info also gets poked a little bit. Backed into the corner. Dashing forward. The only advantage in the corner is you can't get sidestepped that easily. Now the dash forward and the kill for Info. Enough after the 2 pokes, and it's the first match point. Dashing forward, trying to grab here. That idea, backing up, punishing this aggressiveness. Again, if it's 6-6, we'll be basically silent to both of them can concentrate on the fight. Now for now, let's see. We see the all-known double. As we've seen a lot this tournament with the Barabash chop. And looking for the opening. Again, Info looking for these hand snipes and mixing it up ever now and then with a swipe. And now the forward Y goes through the long guard and Info takes this round, advancing in the lower bracket. So we'll go back to another lower bracket semi-final. We'll see Max versus Apostle. And the winner will face Info after this fight. Apostle is here. Apostle will also take the right side, as always, when fighting against Max. Both of them are here. Both of them becoming their keyboard. We will set the gamepad and see who will come out victorious here. Again, Max on the left side, Apostle on the right side. Max most likely will go for Sam. Apostle most likely will roll the dice again and we'll see which character it lands on. And will be Jacek for now. Sam against Jacek. Interesting duel, and Sam getting the leg here of Jacek. Max now don't have to face a longer range, but someone with basically the same amount of skill, but get through the guards here. And the first poke, but get poked back. And now the block with the side step, blocking the up strike, and winning this one, making it 3-0 for now. And fast attack. Max taking an early lead here. Something he will not always know throwing Quart, but realize Jacek having left foot forward and right foot forward. At the moment doesn't help Apostle. Let's see if he can come back from this early deficit. As Max now takes a quick 6 flag. Only needs one more to fight info in the lower bracket. And now, with the grab, a quick match ends. So, Max advances this round and will stay in. At least if everything was right, and will fight info in this match. The winner of this matchup will be at least the third place. So let's see who will get this one. And if Max is able to take a second podium, or if info will take maybe to the next one. Let's see here. Waiting for info for now. So let's see. Info is here. Info obviously being on the right side, Max on the left side. Best of one. Let's see who will take third place and who will come tantalizing close to a medal or not able to finish it. Both using the keyboard. So let's see. Max on the left side, info on the right side. Sure, you can do that. Just I think you can just ask in the, or I can just give you speaker role. So let's see. If you just in the Discord, Max, if you go there, you can basically get on the podium where you can speak if you want to. Yeah, here we go. Yep, no second. So. So yeah, we will see Sam versus Info. Max going now with a more advanced skin and getting the first flag here with this delay card. Let's see, we will come out on top. Max struggled a little bit with the range advantage of the enemy, but against the rapier, he has a more powerful strike. Doesn't have to concern himself with Y cuts or something like that at the moment, taking advantage of it. And Info also shown she can work good against sabers. Looking for these hand snipes. And getting the kill here, and the slash doesn't get through, so it remains a kill for Marie. And get 2-1. And now ducking under this cut, Marie using a small statue, tying it up. Now again getting this little poke in, but the strike, the sidestep to the right, giving Max again the lead. Sam with it seemed a little bit more range than Barbash, but doesn't have that blazing fast speed. If we're looking again for these little hand snipes, Max with his long range attacks trying to get into range without getting interrupted like this. Marie doing a good job of avoiding the attacks just because of her arm movement and a small statue. Now both opening themselves up. A patient fight. Expect to be close, both of them. Knowing what they're doing. 3-3 now. See, I had to dash in, and Sam giving Marie a big hug, and sword gets through it. Little bit of luck, sometimes the sword just doesn't get through. Now a leg cut that doesn't cripple the enemy. Rarely seen for Marie. And now Info pushing, and again the slash. Max trying to get into range. And now close, but not close enough. That's the point. And the sidestep takes it for Sam. Max taking a lead of 5-3. Now 6-3, having the match point here. Getting blocked. Trying to grab, and Max taking the win here. There's a burn Samuel. And advance. Nah, not today. Not today. We have later fights. So, we'll go now to the final of the upper bracket, which is Mechanics versus Venetar. Venetar already here. So, Mechanics also here. Mechanics also needing mouse. So you get it, but be careful. You will get it when you are in the fight. So when everything is in order. Venator will start on the left side. And Mechanics will go on the right side. So, Mechanics getting keyboard and mouse, Vanta only needing the keyboard, the gamepad. Again, Venator on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. See if everything is working. Most likely not, because both of them were keyboard, so we have to reset the gamepads. And now it should be working. Let's see. Yeah, left side for Vanta is working. Let's see if right side for Mechanics is working. Yes. Vanta staying with Jan. Mechanics going with Tarnowski. One of my favorite matchups of Tarnowski, at least in my opinion. He has really good auto guard against Jan. And it's a lot of timing thing. He does too. And here, double X from the long guard gives him this little stab into the big splash. But again, Tarnowski victorious here. Can trade a lot of damage of Jan. And Jan seems to be not quite enough for the kill, but here he hits the face of Tarnowski. A little bit of outer measure force from Mechanics here. And if you get too close, Jan gets through the guard. This and the chop are the biggest problem of Tarnowski. But he has a tool to work against it, as we see here. Okay, Mechanics on the left foot forward, going with his favorite combo of the YX on the left side. And this anti-circle attack, upcut into low guard, really good against the outer guard. As we have seen here. And the first attack is really slow, catches opponents off guard, but if they know it, they get you, but again, Tarnowski showing why, at least that's for me in the moment, I would say he is really good against Jan. As Jan doesn't have the blazing fast speed of Barabosh, and basically it's a fight on equal terms for him. Here the chop goes through. A little bit of way to taunt, and the big splash gets the hand, and Mechanics takes the first round against Venator. We're switching sides now. Mechanics now on the left side, Venator on the right side. Quickly switching names. Venator staying with Jan here. Let's see if Mechanics will also stay with Isabel. No. This was obviously a misclick. At least in my experience, Mechanics doesn't play Isabel, so it will be Jan against Tana again. Mechanics now with the head. So let's see if Winter can figure something out here. The chop, good tool for Jan. Sometimes just get past Tarnowski, but here counters his attack. The X cut into left forward stance looks a little bit janky, but has a purpose. Now, nice Y cut. Tying it up one piece. Again, this YX. And this time, Ventor's patient, knows how the timing is of these anti-circle attacks, and punishes its long recovery time. Sidestep Y against a normal attack from Jan. Both are hit. Seems like Tarnowski a little bit more, but he has more to give. But this time, outer measure, Jan able to use it, making it 1-3. Late cut, Jan in the retreat, unable to block it, goes right to the wrist, making it 2-3. Trying with a step, can work, but obviously Jan having the better steps. He has to be careful, and again the anti-circle attack. Let's see. And now again the upcut. Good tool. Mechanics uses it. And again. Now takes the lead. 4-3. Trying to step, but sidestep of Jan. Tana not tired, and the tired swing gives the opening for Winter to tie it up for a piece. Again, quick forwards. Now a little bit of side movement from Tarnowski. Leaves him open on the left side. And the sidestep from Jan. Give him the poke. Circle attack again, but Winter out of range. Tarnowski patient, and the other measure is punished. Now Winter with the match point of this second duo. Tarnowski with the one tempo, but chop goes through. 1-1 apiece. Both of them shown they can win this matchup. Let's see if we stay here. Benetton are back on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. Then we'll go back to Jan versus Tarnowski. The winner, at least top 2. The loser has to face Max and the Sam in the lower bracket final. Again, now trying the B into X card, sidestep combination. Tarnowski can chain a lot of moves together, but basically none of them are fast moves. As we see here, the first one is slow, the second one is fast, but after the second one there's an opening. And this chop, really annoyingly, sometimes just goes through the outer guard. Nothing Mechanic can do there. Let's see. Now one of the combinations you don't see a lot of. The stab from the left foot forward. It doesn't have that much of a range, but it comes out unexpectedly. Again, neutral wise. Deceptive range for Tarnowski, but Jan and Winter using his speed to his advantage. If both attack at the same time, Jan is faster, Jan can make the kill further. Tarnowski has to hope it doesn't kill him, or he gets at least a double. Now 3-2. Going back to the left foot forward stance, taking away space with his B cuts. Now going forward, trying his two combinations, backing Jan into the corner, but the double Y gets him the kill. And then jumping to a 4-2 lead. Now working with his fast moves, trying to catch Mechanics in his recovery. Or getting close enough for his attacks to bypass his guard. Nice step here. That's a double. going back to square one. Again, if the combination YX doesn't go through, and when you're able to capitalize on it, unexpected step. Again, Jan using the tempo and range to his advantage. And can't get the double here with a step of his own. The step of Jan was too fast, and Vanta now with a match point. Trying with the upcut again, but get caught out. Vanta with a comeback win after losing the first one pretty decisively. And goes to the finals. And now we'll see Mechanics versus Max in the battle for at least second place. Maybe even first if one of them is able to defeat Vanta twice. As always, we'll have Max on the left side, Mechanics on the right. Here is Max. He gets his keyboard, and we'll most likely we'll see a Samuel versus a Tarnowski. Again, Max on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. Let's see if everything is working. Yes, seems so. Thinking about it, but don't go for it. But Mechanics doesn't go for the Sam mirror. And we see Sam versus Tarnowski. Tricky matchup for both of them. As Sam has, at least Tarnowski doesn't have the range of a Jan, with which Max has struggled, but he has a deceptive range, and if he gets a hit, he kills it. And I think at least these two tempo attacks from Mechanics can give him problems. See a lot of dash side attacks. But against the circle, Max playing a lot of side steps. His circle attacks being in the center, not tracking well. See if Mechanics is able to use them. Yeah, and the B cut. If the opponent doesn't do anything, it's good hand snap, but Sam with a Y cut, raising his arm, so and so dodging the attack. And the late cut going through again. And Max jumping to an early lead here. But the YX, if he's not patient enough, it goes through, and this trade, Tarnowski will win always. As we have seen here, I think there's rarely a case where the X cut is not an insta-kill. And now, Mechanics using that X cut to punish the sidesteps of Sam. Taking the last few frags, making it tied at 4. Now Max being a little more careful, but again, this YX catching him. And Mechanics takes the lead here. A step, both of them are poked. something I don't know who has advantage here. As Thunderstream having a lot of insect rolls, but also have the HP to give it. It ends in a double. A little bit of a fake here. The Y attack. Good fake, and now the white sidestep, but it's not enough. So the cut to leg doesn't kill, and Mechanic gets the first match point here. And again, YX is bread and butter in this duel. And now we will Max getting again a third place. Good performance here with a Sam. But Mechanics wins it and have another chance to face Venator now in the final. So it will be Venator will be on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. And again, Venator on the left side, Mechanics on the right side. Very quickly reset the gamepads. Alright, Mechanics needs a little break. It's all fine, so we'll make a like 2-3 minute break. And then continue with the final. With good timing. It's about 3 hours, which I expected for the double elimination. Yeah, Mechanics obviously having a lot of fights back to back as he goes from the winner bracket to the loser's bracket and then back to the winner's bracket. Let's see if he's able to overcome Venator. Alright, all of them are ready. We'll have Mechanics on the right side. We have Mechanics on the right side and Venator on the left side for this final. It will be best of 3. But if if Mechanics wins his best of 3, because he comes from the loser's bracket, he has to win a second best of 3 against Venator. Let's see if he's able to do it and upset the odds, or if Venator takes his tournament win and finishes his upper bracket 1. It's again Jan versus Tana. You've seen both of them able to win this one, but Venator getting the better of it in the last fight. But now, Mechanics trained against the Sam. Let's see if he's able to give it a better outcome. The corkscrew doesn't land, and the second stab gives him his first flag. Again, YX worked really well for him in the last fight. Works here again. And the stab to the wrist gives him his third flag. You know, take it back, X again, catches the wrist, jumping to a substantial lead in the early. Now gets nicked, and that staggers him enough for Venture to take his first flag here. Taking with a YX, now a stab. And the late stab pokes, and the second dash stab gives him the flag. Then has to come back here. And a block from the left foot forward. Jan playing a little bit more with the center than Sam. But for that having a little bit more range and better or longer range stabs. Faking this Y cut with his longer range. We can find an opening. But the saber of Jan was long enough to get him to kill here. And trying to dash into back X. Get him into the stance. Now Venter has to respect the range of Tarnowski. And his forward momentum with his YX. Catching the hand here, and now Mechanics with the first match point. Try it again with the anti-circle, but that's a weakness. If it doesn't land, or even if it just hits the block, it's open up and just dash left foot forward stab wins him the flag. Making 1-0 for Mechanics. Now he's on the left side and Venter on the right. Venter staying with Jan. As he has for the entire tournament. Here Mechanics left side. And Venter right side. And obviously Mechanics staying with Tarnowski. Yeah, it's nice seeing active player play Tarnowski. And he shows how tricky this character can be using something like the left foot forward stab. This YX from another stance. And making it tricky for the opponent to counter him. But this chop, best tool of Jan in his arsenal against that, because of the range. Jan with a little bit more straightforward moveset. And now pushes him forward, giving him a poke but not a kill. You see if Venter can capitalize on it. Now both blades meet and not a double. Blade goes to the neck but not through it. Giving Venter the lead for now. Again the stab. Now twice the XX. Two nicks of Tarnowski. Faking a lot of his powerful attacks, but getting sniped in the hand, Venter taking an early lead here. And we're getting a little bit of a pattern like the first fight, where Mechanics with a great performance in the first battle, but Venter adjusting to the Tarnowski and coming back. Now he's here with a 4-1 lead. Let's see how this will go. And getting close, and his left foot forward stand, great at range, powerful attacks, but sometimes difficult to use in this close range scenario. Mechanics using that stab to get out of it, but Venter in the last legs was able to do it, and now at this mid-range, where Tarnowski is the strongest, getting this Tusak to the face. And now, exactly in range where you can sometimes bypass guard, or it's basically that's where you want to be with neutral Y attacks. A chop goes through to the shoulder. It's 5 to 3. Again with right foot now. More safer attacks, better outer guard. You're nicking Jan. That's the step, and now Jan gets close. Tanoshi getting a little bit tired, and now Veneta with third match point of the final. Late cut try here, and now with a little bit of awkward sword movement, sniping the hand, and we go to the third. As we have last time. And now we have mechanics back on the right side and Veneta on the left side. Let's see if we'll see a third installment. Of this duel. And we'll see it. Both stay with the character. Both come to the final using these characters. On mechanics tried a little bit of Father Zera, but wasn't successful with it. Let's see if we can go to the end final with mechanics, or if Veneta takes the lead and wins the tournament. Again, sniping the hand here from Tanoski. But now Jan gets close, and he gets close and jams the sword of Tanoski. He is in a major advantage. And this left aim against non-shield characters or allies, it feels kind of a bait, because it's fast, it has decent range, but long recovery time and the weakness against the outer guard. There's a double, both going for the Y attack, both hitting the Y attack, but then goes out with an advantage. The nick of Jan, first poke here, and left foot forward, trying to take space away. No, 2 tempo, Veneta being patient, and it ends in a double. Sword of Tanoski, hitting Jan, and we go back 2-1 still. Well, close for both of them. And now the blade to the face was enough. A little bit too close there for mechanics, and Veneta takes the lead 3-1. But this was the timing that this mechanics and Tanoski wanted. He wants punishing that Y stab, Y cut out of range. We can hit the hand or the arm, it doesn't matter, of Jan. Again looking, and now the late cut, throwing Veneta off tempo here. Now tying it up at 3 apiece. Now forward smooth combo. Veneta trying a forward combo of his own, and a cut to the arm. At least that was not enough. Mechanics taking the lead now. Trying with the stab. But here gets nicked. Or not nicked. A pretty heavy hit. And Veneta ties again. 4 apiece. Close matchup between those two. Let's see who comes out victorious. And we've seen another best of 3 between those two. Close call here again. And Tanoski winning the trade. Again. Mechanics playing tricky, pushing a little bit away, and hoping that Veneta comes a little bit too close to his left foot. We can punish him without getting punished of his own, and it ends in a double. We go back to the center. 4-5. Anyone's game still? And again, with the mix up 1 tempo, 2 tempo, and mechanics may take it to the last and final best of 3 if he wins here. And he does. So winning the first best of 3. But as Valentine comes from the upper final, he has one last chance to get the title. So we'll have another chance to watch those two battle in this matchup. Now, if you want to take a quick pause, you can go for it, but if not, we go right back to it with mechanics on the left side. We have we have a second fight, because we normally play with it that you can basically, in the double elimination, can lose one fight. And as Valentine comes from the upper bracket, he now lost his first fight. You have also lost one fight, and he gets basically his second life. That's the advantage when you win the upper bracket final. Now let's see. We'll see same matchup between those two as we have all day. Expect a close fight. Expect a lot of doubles. Both know the opponent know in and out. And now the last best of 3 of the tournament today. Mechanics able to punish Valentine's aggressiveness here. But now the chop lands. And they're able to push forward, but it ends in a double. Mechanics able to call out the attack. Now, the YX getting blocked, and Valentine with a quick chop. Trying to A here, but now losing a sword in this attack, so it's not a double. Jan takes this round. Again, no luck here with the attacks. Don't get through Jan's auto guard. And Valentine able to get the forward momentum he needs. Make it 3-1 for now. Now 2-3. Again, it's a close fight between those two. And here, Tana able to hold on to a sword, so it ends in a double. Even if late. Trying again with his anti-circle. And now this quick X with his long guard. It's a quick move, but it does not a lot of damage. It's basically designed to beat the blade. And with 2 flags, quick in succession, it's a 5-2 lead for Valentine for now. Pushing forward, Tana unable to answer there. Now the match point in this grand final between those two. Close for both of them, and again able to forward. And Valentine taking this round. First time between those two that Valentine takes the first round. Obviously, both of them stay with the same. Let's see if you get... I think it would be like the... This is now the 8th fight between those two. Let's see if we could get a 9th one. Both of them a little bit poked after the first exchange. But Tana able to capitalize on it. Jan being a little bit open after that attack. And he takes the early lead. Both hits to the face, ends in a double. Get the left foot forward. Going back. And now with a powerful attack forward. It is mid-range, where Tarnowski is at his best. Good play here for Mechanics. After pressure from Venator. Getting back to his more secure stance. Yes, you see a double again. Now both being patient, because for both a long night. Again, being able to mix up the tempo here. And if a B cut gets a hit but not a kill. And not able to capitalize on it. Venator able with the slash to the face to get the kill. Now, blades meet in the middle. And Venator being a little bit impatient. Tarnowski getting this 2 tempo. Again, with Y8 cut, late cut. You have to be looking for it. Not to throw it out of measure. Now 4-2. And the delayed cut doesn't hit, chop land but doesn't kill. Tarnowski now with visibly lower stamina and slower attacks. Let's see how Mechanics will play it now. And it ends in a double. The stab kills, but the Y card, powerful as ever, gets him out of the situation. Then mixing up those Y and YX, and now catching Venator off guard, try to go for an attack of his own. And again winning the trade here. And now it's 6-2. Another X into X. Mechanics winning this one. All in all, it's 4-4 on both sides. And let's see who wins. Basically best of 9 that those two have fought over the last 9 rounds. It will be Venator on the right side. And Mechanics on the... Yeah, I mean... Mechanics on the left side, Venator on the right side. Exactly. And we'll stay with this matchup, as we have all night. Venator staying with Jan, not going to Izzy or something else. Mechanics staying with Tana, not going to Father Zera. 4-4, let's see who wins this 9th fight and with it the tournament. Both fights pretty decisively on their own. So let's see who gets his first one here. It's Venator getting his first kill here. And again, catching Tana off tempo. Chop, a great tool to punish it. But with the timing of the Y cut. Maybe now and then faking it and then throwing it for real. Able to back off, but not back off enough. Venator taking an early lead here. 3-0. Again, Tana throwing a lot of fear, but able to go to right foot again when you get pushed. Going back for stamina. Taking range, and it's a double here. Sword. Grazes over the whole left arm, enough for the kill. And nearly gets Jan here. Trying to riposte over the top. And now doesn't win the straight, surprisingly. The back Y was not enough. Jan taking this 4th leg. Again going back to his YX. And now catching Jan in the attack. Taking the first flag here. Making it 1-4. Still everyone's game. Again his left foot forward. So no, only 1 tempo. Next time maybe 2. And again catches Jan in the attack. These Y cards doing work for mechanics. Working with the dashes to basically do something against the slow movement speed, and the next flag goes to him. Dash, good tool for Tarnowski. His move speed really slow otherwise. Another double after the anti-circle versus the chop. As I said before, Jan versus Tarnowski, really fun matchup on both sides. Both has tool against the other. And a little bit of an opening here, but Mechanics doesn't expect to hit here. But wounded like he is, no kill for Jan. But the stab, being patient, gets him this flag. Lots of blocks, but Jan able to pressure him, and now it's Venator with the opportunity to take this tournament after all. But he still has to overcome this 1 flag against this tricky Tarnowski of Mechanics. He has now to work with lower stamina after this hit. But Tarnowski often only needs 1 hit. He just has to be careful not to throw too much. Like he did here. And now Venator taking the last flag. In a long and close fight between those two. Basically 9 fights in the last 4 rounds between them. Venator takes it 2-1. And closely wins the tournament. Mechanics putting up a great fight against one of the best players, if not the best. And coming close to winning it all. But that's it for today. We'll see you either Friday if Venator do something, or at least Saturday. And see you then. Goodbye.